Hello, everybody. Adam Vora, Vice President of the Citizens Committee for Restructured Government, here once again. Today is Monday, May the 14th of 2012. Just going to get right to the links today. So let's get to the first one for the first news story of the day. Son's bow shock is missing. This is yesterday, May 2012. Basically, from what I get from this story, this woman explains, it's from Science News, is that the sun is slowing down, and the bow shock, which it creates from electromagnetic fields, it's not there. It's just almost non-existent. And scientists are baffled. They're trying to figure out why the sun literally slowed down. I mean, the sun is, it does fly through space. People think the sun is stationary, but we rotate around the sun, and the sun is rotating around the galaxy in a spiral formation. So the sun is actually moving. They've calculated that the sun's speed is actually a lot slower. So this also goes according with what the Mayans said, for the calendar, that they're entering the intergalactic belt, and it's an energy belt that every a couple of thousands of years, I think it was 10 or 20,000, I forget the number. You can research it and find out, but every couple thousand of years, we go through this intergalactic belt, and there's an energy shift, and there's a consciousness. There's an awareness, and the consciousness goes up on the planet to certain individuals, while others, go down to a more chaotic way of thinking. So that story I found this very interesting. You could just reach out again. I'll put the links in the end of the video. Unidentified cosmic rays still bombarding Earth. It goes with that other story right here, the sun's bow shock. People are trying to figure out, what cosmic rays are bombarding the Earth. They can't figure it out. We do not know where they are coming from, says Stefan Westerhoff of the University of Wisconsin-Madison. So the scientists don't even know. And I believe they're coming from the intergalactic belt as we're getting closer to that part of the galaxy that we're going, that we're flying through. So I believe that's where that's coming from. Neurons can be used to figure out direction of the original cosmic ray particle, and it's only a minute. You can watch this video. It'll give you everything. Former CIA agent claims Americans did not kill bin Laden. Very interesting. This is what I heard. I heard that, more than 5 years before it was announced that he did die of a natural death. And I heard that he had a copy or somebody that looked similar like him. This is the story that I get, and I get intel right from people who are involved with government issues, people that want to defect, and I have a very close, tight, information line from those people. Obviously, I have to protect their anonymity, and I can't tell you more details than that, but this is exactly what I've heard. So, Obama was basically already dead, natural causes, and, they just basically save the card. It's like, oh, you killed the terrorist card, the enemy that you created, the United States created. This way, Obama's, his ratings go down in the toilet. Oh, he killed Obama. Yay, Obama's great again. Yay. Obama killed Osama. So, it's more freaking BS. It's just counter move crap that the government pulls to make people look good when they're not. The Hegelian principle. The Hegelian principle basically states create a problem and then offer a prepackaged solution to that problem. And that's what the government does to us constantly. And in the process, they take more of our rights away. Study. No lung danger from casual pot smoking. Hey, there's a big surprise. I could have told you that. I mean, the reason why they do not want people smoking pot is basically it opens up your mind's eye. And if you do it in the right context, I'm not promoting this, I'm just saying, if you do it in the right context, you basically open up your third eye. And if you do it while playing chess or doing any other analytical game where you're forced to use your brain, no video games because they have a lot of mind control in them, but any analytical game where you use your mind and you think, it actually helps connect neurons in the brain, and it actually creates brain cells. And it also stops, this next article, stops mind control programming. This is from a woman, Kathy O'Brien. You can look her up. It helps you basically get out of what they're doing, and it helps reverse it, but you got to do it under the right circumstances. You can't just smoke and that's it, it's done. It's got to be done under the right circumstances. But you can watch this video as well, and she'll explain in about 1 minute how it stops it. Aliens creating portal, wow footage of NASA and NASA witches. This video I just found interesting. There's like this I really can't find the area, but basically it just shows like this, white glow opening up. It's almost like a portal opening up in space and time, and basically when they do this for real, the Stargate stuff is real. They open portals to other dimensions, and they allow these satanic evil beings to come in. So these aliens they're interdimensional beings. Most of them are all interdimensional. You can't travel to from. It's just too far to travel. If you were to leave a spaceship, even if you had like the most advanced technology, it would take you years, if not, hundreds of years to get to this planet and to get to, from solar system to solar system. So they actually do interdimensional travel where they bend space and time, point A, point B, fold, if you take a piece of paper and you take point A and point B and then you fold the two together, you're bending space and time. That's basically what they're doing. It's interdimensional travel. They're traveling in between dimensions to get here. And they're also from other dimensions. And that's why this is of a more, we're kind of like in the middle between positive and negative, I'd like to say. And that's why there's a lot of, negative in this world, because, people like us allow it to exist and we don't fight back and we don't think of positive. Because remember they say, whatever you think about, you bring about. So if you think about negative things, you'll bring about negative things. And a lot of people, they like to focus on mysticism, and they're like, a lot of those people that are Satanists, they get caught up in it and they go, oh, wow, I just, put a pentagram on the ground and I said a word and I made $1 million. It must be the right religion. No. Christianity is the only way. And Jesus Christ, God had to send down his only son, Jesus Christ, to let us know, hey, I'm giving you guys a chance here, sending down my son, pay attention to what he's got to say. And the more people stray away from Christ and his teachings and the morality teachings of Christ, the world's getting worse. I mean, since people have been pushing Christ out of their lives, has it gotten better? No, it hasn't. We need to put a massive infusion of Jesus Christ back into our minds. And, give you an example. I just went to my niece's communion on Saturday. And it was basically, if you don't know the difference, it was a Vatican II church. It was a Roman Catholic Vatican II, not the original Catholic traditionalist Mass that's in Latin. It's a Vatican II church. And it was a nice ceremony. But they started praying a rosary. The priest said, we're going to pray of Our Father and 10 Hail Marys for the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mother so she can help us. And everybody was just confused. They were like, I didn't know. I didn't understand what was going on. And I'm looking at them. And I'm a Catholic. I pray often. I pray a rosary every day. And they're all looking around like they don't know what's going on. And they can't fathom to pray, to ask a higher entity, to ask God and, God's angels to help you. They can't figure, it doesn't make sense to them. And it's amazing to me that society has become so jaded that they think that they don't need help from God. And it was just amazing to me. The truth about hair and why Indians would keep their hair long. I found this very interesting because it goes along with a Bible story. I believe his name was Samson. I could be wrong, but he had very long hair, and God gave him power according to his long hair, and nobody knew about his power. He would basically he had an enemy. It was a king, a Persian king, and he would basically defeat all his armies, and he was invincible, almost invincible, because he had really long hair, and nobody could figure out what his secret power was. So one day, a woman got him drunk, sent by the king. She found out that his hair actually gave him his power, and the king the king basically got him drunk. They cut his hair while he slept, blinded him, poked his eyes out, and then forced him to chaff wheat for the rest of his life on a chain. Well, the king would use him as a centerpiece, and everybody would walk by and mock him, all of his enemies. And long story short, one day the king said, "I want to bring him. I want to finally execute him." But by then his hair grew back, and what he did was he pushed the pillars of the temple, and the temple came crashing down at everybody's heads, including him, unfortunately. And he had his revenge at the last minute. But the point of that story is that long hair does affect your reception of certain energies, because these Native Americans, you can see right here, it says, Sally said, I remember clearly even when my husband came back to her. This is when the woman's talking about how her husband, they did a study in the military when they took these Native Americans to Vietnam to do tracking. They made them cut their hair. And when they cut the hair of the Native Americans that went over to Vietnam to help them track and to help them do other stuff, they lost all their abilities to know where the enemy was, to just have a sixth sense. They lost their sixth sense. And they made a correlation. They did the studies in the military that, as I read the documents, I learned why. It seemed that during the Vietnam War, special forces in the War Department had sent undercover experts to comb American Indian reservations looking for talented scouts, for tough young men trained to move stealthily through rough terrain. They were looking for men with outstanding, almost supernatural tracking abilities. Now, with the usual enticements, the well-proven smooth phrases used to enroll new recruits, some of these Indian trackers then were enlisted. Amazing thing happened. Whatever talents they had, just disappeared from the field. So when questioned about the failure to perform, they said it was the haircuts. They could no longer sense the enemy. They could no longer access a sixth sense. Their intuition no longer was reliable. They couldn't read subtle signs as well as or access subtle extrasensory information. It's very interesting how these cultures, like the Native Americans, keep their hair long. Amish, the men grow beards and they grow, their hair long. The women grow their hair long, and the funny thing is like your hair is an extrasensory perception. It actually pulls in energy. And people don't understand that. And I just got a haircut over the weekend, and it feels great to get the hair off your head, but I can understand, because when I pray, it doesn't feel right to me. It just feels like there's something missing. I'm just, missing a connection. But this is a very important, that's why, society has been deemed, long hair, cut your hair short, Ivy League haircut, and women allowed to have long hair. It's acceptable, but now it's kind of like men are getting long hair again. It's kind of acceptable, but it's almost like kind of frowned upon for men to have long hair. Next link. These are the chemtrails in Mercia. This is a person that I have on my Facebook. These are chemtrails. Now, I don't know why these planes would do all these circular patterns and whatnot, but this has got barium, strontium, aluminum, a lot of poisons in there. And again, they claim that it combats global warming, but it doesn't combat global warming. It definitely does not. It's just used to mind control the masses, and something needs to be done about it. Something needs to be done, soon, or else we're going to have a lot of problems. But again, don't show any violence to anybody. Just be peaceful, because as soon as we, fight back, they're going to institute martial law in this country, and it's going to be one world government all the way. So I believe the more we resist peacefully, they really have no power. We're not giving them the power. So keep resisting peacefully. Pray. This is a time for prayer. If you don't believe in God and Jesus Christ, now's the time to start praying to them, even if you don't believe them. Just do it. I'm telling you, prayer is much, much needed right now. We need to pray to God and Christ to please intercede and protect us and to save this planet, because I want to experience a lot of things. I'm 30 years old. I just want to have fun. I want to enjoy my life. I don't want to do this anymore. I really don't want to tell you people about the bad news. I don't want to do it, but I have an obligation, because I know the truth, to let you all know what's happening in the world. So again, God bless you all. If whatever you can, please, please, please donate to us. We need your help. We need the funds. We need to bring people together. We need to just get it done soon. And we want to get enough money so we can save all of these child prostitution victims, all of these government, people that want to, rat on the government and tell, everybody what's going on. And they need armed guard protection. So we need the money so we can basically put it on public cable access, provide the protection for these victims, and to let the world know what's going on. And then we'll leave you guys the decision to what to do. So thank you for everything. Thank you for watching my videos. Subscribe, and God bless you all. Take care.